Right then, welcome to Happy Hungry Hippie. What we're going to cover this week is the top 5 electrical kitchen devices of what I've got in the house. You may have seen some of the equipment I've used throughout all of my YouTube videos. Now, I am actually, admittedly, a Which subscriber. I've been a member for over 15 years. I really do like to do my research with getting the best gadgets. And to be absolutely honest with you, a review of Which itself, it's not always reliable. It doesn't always give the latest devices with you actually type in the actual code, whether it's a TV or something like that. It's not always up to date. And some of the reviews themselves are a bit controversial. And this is what I'm going to get onto later. So please do stick with me. I've got some interesting information. So I am a bit of a gadget man. I do love gadgets and I try not to buy cheap either. Although I am guilty of actually going on to Temu and buying some things, but I have not really been impressed with some things. It can be a bit hit and miss. So within the top 5, I'm going to be covering some very big brands like Ninja, Delonghi, coffee machine. So I've probably got about 10 gadgets that I could cover, but I'm just going to show you 5. And also Bosch, a reputable brand. So this is kind of like big name brands, and you can see I have got some gadgets just out here now at the moment. So this is not only going to be just about how innovative and how reliable these brands are, but also how useful they are to day-to-day purposes. So yes, the top 5 electrical kitchen devices. So what is it? So number 5 is actually the dual Bosch and kettle. Now, my wife and I bought this about 8 years ago, and the reliability of both these products is absolutely brilliant. We like the jet black, we like the functions on the kettle. The kettle is a really big one, it's a 1.5, and you can actually have a function just to keep it warm, and you can also set the temperatures as well, which is really good. And it boils in an absolute instant. It's really good, and I like how it sits on this stand as well. It's really sort of a good design, good quality. And the kettle and the actual toaster that comes with it as part of the dual package is absolutely brilliant. You've got the defrost, although it's just 2, so if we do have people over, we do struggle a little bit. Yeah, and you can see there, that's how fast was that. Absolutely incredible. So yes, I had to feature these 2 on because they are everyday items, and they're both reviewed really good on Which, and this is something that has not let us down. If these were to go, I would actually buy the same again. Really reputable brands, and my wife and I have been really happy with both of them. So all in all, very good. So I don't think Harvey would actually agree with my top 5 because he doesn't really get to use them. Yeah, no, he doesn't. No, sorry, Harvey. You can go off and play, Harvey. Sorry. So yes, this is number 4. What is it? It is the one and only Ninja Creamy. This is absolutely an exceptional device, and it's something that sort of held out from getting for quite a long time, because I did actually have extension to the kitchen aid where it was like a frozen bowl, and I spent £150 on that. But because it's so clunky, I don't really use it that often. So this is my latest gadget which I've got, and I really cannot wait to show you some of the recipes to do with this. It's absolutely incredible. I was a little bit sort of on the fence whether to have this as a number 3, but it's number 4 because basically its usability and the fact that it's not really for cooking so much, although it's designed for drinks and desserts. That is really kind of like an afterthought to a meal. Drinking it, it's good, but it's absolutely brilliant, the functions on this. So what is it? It's actually the Ninja Creamy. Now, they did have a previous model which had about 6 functions. This has got 10 functions on this. This is something that I was really disappointed with Which, because they've actually done some reviews, the consumer experts, of 2 different types of ice cream machines. One, it freezes it as you do it, and there's some fantastic machines, and Sage is actually reviewed to be the best. Yes, do check out a video which my good friend Gaz has done on Big Spud. Check his channel out, he's done a really good review of that. But this is not one that freezes it as you do it. So basically, you've got to take out a tub and you've got to freeze it before you actually put it through there. It makes it more like a sort of gelato. It's a bit more softer than it would be hard ice cream, but you can actually freeze it again. In terms of innovation, this is absolutely exceptional. Now, it was a colleague at work who actually made me aware of a device actually that had a patent on it and it ran out. So basically, Ninja used the design of this to create a much cheaper model. I'll put the YouTube link for you to actually look at this, showing you a insight of that and how this device has actually become really exceptional and also value for money. You can pick this up for about 150 to 200 pounds. Absolutely brilliant, because you've actually got 10 functions on here. You've got the ice cream, light ice cream, sorbet, gelato, frozen yogurt, frappes, frozen drinks, slushy and milkshake. So yes, you can see here you've got this device and you literally pull it out like so, and then you put in your thing, and that's the device which has got this technology for actually, it whirls through the whole thing. I am going to cover a video on this. I'm going to show you how to make some excellent recipes. Now, I do actually have a YouTuber friend who actually does exclusively ice cream, Nick, and his channel. So I'm going to put a link in for that. Please do look at that. It's an absolutely fantastic channel, and I'm going to be using lots of his recipes to use this. So yeah, we look at how innovative it is. You put it in there and then you turn it down there, it plops it up, and then you basically choose your top, full or your bottom, because whatever you're doing with this, if it's a drinkable drink, you don't need to pull it all the way to the top, and then it will basically blend down through that. So yes, watch out for the future. I'm going to do something and cover that. Yes, so I rated this number 4. So number 3 is actually the Delonghi Cafe Corso. Again, I've had this for about 8 years. It's been super reliable. It was reviewed on Which to be really good, and functions on it are absolutely fantastic. Delonghi in itself is a good brand. It's not too noisy. You sort of get used to it. It is grinding coffee, so there's a whole purpose to that. Really like the top here, where you basically put your coffee in the top here. So your coffee beans are there, and then basically you've got your function here to be able to adjust the volume of that. So if you just wanted an espresso, you just put that on. So you turn it on to begin with. It's got a single function, a dual function, and you've also got a steam. So you've got this little head which comes out here where you can steam milk of whatever choice you want. So now it's just going to load up. It doesn't take long, and then it's flashing. What it will do is it'll rinse some of the water out just to clean the machine. In the side here, you've actually got the water cabinet. So here it's going. It's just cleaning. Okay, now it's ready to go. So I'm just going to do a quick little espresso. A doppler for 2. So it is quite loud, but it makes a good coffee. Yep, so here we have it. We have a coffee. An espresso, and that's absolutely perfect. So in terms of the machine as well, you can pot here, which you pull the drawer out, which you fill up with water, almost like a cassette. Put that in. It's got a nice little tray as well, so you have to open up this here. You've got your coffee, which you've done, which is good for the compost, and then you've got the tray which pulls out here. Really easy to clean, very functional. It's a great everyday device that I do use, and also great for when you've got guests around. I don't always have espressos, but you can actually do various things. You can actually also put in just your powdered coffee as well. This here is the max grind function. So if you do put in the powder, you adjust it there, and if it's the coffee beans, you max grind it. So all in all, fantastic. If this was to go down, yeah, I would probably go onto Which and have a look, possibly buy a different brand, I don't know. But again, we like the black, the silver, the design, and yes, I would always buy Delonghi again. It's not let us down, not looking at replacing it. So yes, number 3, essential. So number 2 is actually the Ninja multifunctional blender. Now this is absolutely brilliant. I've actually done a short of this, so you can check that out. This is number 2. because of its everyday use. Now, I've fought hard with my wife to be able to have this and keep it out all the time. So basically, all my gadgets are actually in the kitchen, right in front of me. Coffee machine, the toaster, the kettle, the other Ninja Creamy, and it's absolutely brilliant. This is the Ninja model BN800 UK. Now, the design of it is fantastic. I did actually have a Bosch one before and it was so clunky. It was just didn't feel good to use. It was expensive. And you will see that actually on some of my earlier YouTube videos when I'm doing my recipes. But this just, you know, when you feel it like this, it's just absolutely brilliant. It's got a nice little suction thing so it stays down. But you feel the whole thing and it's just superb. It takes you a while to get your head around how it fits in, but it's just brilliant. Really well designed. So you've got this, which is your actual blender, and it's got different blades at different angles. This has got a 4-tier blade, which is good for doing certain things. And then you've got this one here, which is your processor. 4 blades in that, but at a different angle. So you can put that on there. Like so. Really safe, really well built, and the Ninja brand is just fantastic. I have actually featured 3 Ninja products within my top 5. I'm not sponsored by Ninja by any means. It's not actually too expensive. So the functions on this are brilliant. You've got your blend, your max blend, your chop, your puree, and your mix. So in the future, I'm gonna do actual review of this and just show you how you can do different things. But yes, this is number 2. The third function, because it's a 3-in-1, this is actually for smoothies and things like that. And that's where you've got this device here. And you just slip it in like that. So you've got 3 things for this. Brilliant, would not be without this. Superb. So, number 1. Best electrical kitchen gadget that's not actually in the kitchen. And it is the one and only the Ninja air fryer. Now, although this is an air fryer, there's a lot more to it than that. Why is this so good and why is it number 1? It's basically a essential item that we use, and it's actually multifunctional. Now, I've had this for a number of years. I've covered quite a few videos on this, and it's got the air fryer function, the roast function, the grill function, bake, reheat, which we used actually last night because we did pizza and it reheated it in a really good way, just on a really low heat. That would take a long time for the oven, and it also saves you a lot of money as well because it's compact cooking. It basically uses a fan system to aerate the heat. You know, that's what the purpose of an air fryer is. But all the other functions are absolutely fantastic. What my wife wants next is actually the new one, which is the dual one, which actually comes with 2-tier air fry. Harvey wants to come in. See, Harvey's hello, Harvey. Daddy's just doing the YouTube. You'll be coming and playing with you soon. Okay. Yes, so this is number 1. What is also really good is actually, you've got this little contraption here, which pulls out, and you've actually got a thermometer, and you can actually, that's what we're going to do with this pheasant. So yes, it is number 1. It's actually in our utility room because it is quite big. And also the utility room is just good because we've got a fan in here and it just seems to keep the smells away. Also, a secret little function here that no one really uses is actually the dehydrate function. That is unusually my most viewed video on YouTube, and it is actually how to dehydrate fruit and vegetables, so please do check out that video. Now, I actually do a lot of things. If things are just slightly turning or whatever, dry some figs, you know, fresh figs, lemons, and it's really good to actually do for like cocktails and things like that, just as a bit of a showpiece. A good way of preserving food as well. So yes, that's a great little function. But yes, of course, the air fry function is the best function, and it does it in about half the time. So yes, it is quite big, but it is the most used item in our house. We really don't use the oven anymore. It's just brilliant. So actually, just a little bit of a bonus content for this video, just generally looking at some of the additional tips which have actually been a game changer for me, is actually a freezer and a fridge which I've got here in the garage. So this freezer here is actually a medium small freezer, And as you can see there, it's absolutely full. In general, we've used this for Harvey's pet food, so you can see, you know, you've generally got a lot of the Bella and Duke in there, which you can see. Now that is absolutely full, so what I do suggest is that if you are going to fill this up, have a system. I've got this like tier thing I can pull out, which is great. And then this fridge is, I've recently invested in, so we've actually got the dual, both of these are the fridge and the freezer. Now this is really just for drinks and ferments, and as you can see, there's wifey, off she goes. So as you can see here, in general, we've got lots of the ferments, drinks, pickles, vinegars, and you can see here we've even got the red wine vinegar here. And for me, this is brilliant. Now the dual Russell Hobb fridge freezer is absolutely brilliant. It wasn't too expensive. It's just ideal for the garage, and actually to save some space in the house in terms of having drinks in the fridge, we can just basically put them out here. So yes, just a nice little insight into some of the things you can do. Really hope you enjoyed the top 5 electrical kitchen appliances. Really interesting to know what your feedback is. Please do put your comments below in terms of brands and different appliances you can get. I have missed a few appliances off. The Bay Mix, which is absolutely amazing, a very good Swiss German blender, which is good for soups. You know, that comes with some little gadgets you can put on. Generally, I really do feel the top 5 I've chosen, it really does warrant their worth. So really hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe, lots of love and passion going into this. Also check out my playlist for other kitchen equipment gadgets. I'm actually looking forward to covering the gadget side of things. I have also covered a top 5 space saver video, just some things we've done in the house. So take care everyone, enjoy.